The free agency is winding down, and the Baltimore Orioles are in a tough spot right now. With only a select few free agent pitchers available, who will they target? Will they go out and trade guys, or will they bring certain names back? It'll be interesting to see what Mike Elias will accomplish. Welcome to Orioles Digest. I'm your host, Kam Brice. And like I say in every video, before you do anything, hit that subscribe button. If you are a part of this percentage, let's change that today. Come join Orioles Digest. Give you daily updates about the Orioles that you don't want to miss. As we all know, the Baltimore Orioles are still in the free agent pitcher market, and they're trying to find their next starting pitcher that could fill a void in this rotation. But one MLB insider gave some insight on what the Orioles could possibly do. Will Simon and Katie Wool from The Athletic, in a recent article, stated the Orioles pursue remaining free agents and trade candidates to add to their starting rotation. League sources said they have interest in a possible reunion with Jack Flaherty, lead sources said. Should the Baltimore Orioles bring back Jack Flaherty? That's the big question. If you told an Orioles fan last season their team will be pursuing Jack Flaherty next offseason, they would have probably lost their mind. What we saw in 2023 with Jack Flaherty was a complete disaster, and it was one of the worst trade accusations that Mike Elias has ever made. Flaherty just could not find his footing in Baltimore, and the situation wasn't right for both sides. But when he went to the Dodgers last season, he had the best year of his career. Everything was up. ERA was up. Stuff was up. He was a perfect fit for the Dodgers and helped them win the World Series. Now, in this article, it said from league sources that Jack Flaherty is looking for a 5-year deal. And that's currently hurting his market. If people was wondering why Jack Flaherty hasn't been signed to a 1 or 2 year deal, it's because he's not looking for a 1 or 2 year deal. He's looking for something long term. But I don't think franchises are going to pay a guy $180 million over the last 5 years when he's only had a really couple good years in his career. I mean, Flaherty was good at the beginning of his career. He was one of the best starting pitchers in baseball. When Flaherty was in the Orioles uniform, the main problem was he walked too many batters. He had the strikeouts. He had the mobility. He had the stuff. It was just that he was walking and putting too many guys on base. And that's what started to hurt his ERA and hurt this team. And that was the pivotal way of why the Baltimore Orioles did not re-sign him. Now, I think that Flaherty could possibly be a starting pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles. They have no other option. It's looking like Roki Sasaki is having 20 MLB teams in his sweepstakes. And I don't think he's going to go to a small market team with the Baltimore Orioles. I think he's going to pivot his way to Los Angeles Dodgers, might go to the Red Sox, might even go to the Seattle Mariners because he's seen what their pitching development has done. And for the Baltimore Orioles, they haven't developed any pitchers like that. Grayson Rodriguez and Kyle Bradish have been the only pitchers in the past 5 to 10 years that the Baltimores have developed into proven starters and potential aces for a club. So it's leaving the Baltimores with the option. Go get Jack Flaherty, or you can go to the remaining free agent market. And we're going to take a look into who's left. So who are the remaining pitchers on the free agent market, and who could the Baltimores possibly sign? Now you go to Nick Pivetta, had a 4 ERA last year. That's pretty high. I don't think the Baltimores want a guy that walks a lot of batters, doesn't strike out a ton, and just doesn't have the elite stuff that probably Jack Flaherty does. Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer, those are guys who are high up in age. They can be contributions to a World Series team. They can help you out, but are they going to pitch a full season? That's the only negative aspect about those guys. One of the best pitchers in baseball history. We know what Justin Verlander does, but can he stay healthy? And that's been his problem over the last 5 years. I'm surprised Verlander hasn't retired. He's done enough for the MLB. I don't think he needs to go any longer. Max Scherzer, he still has elite stuff. But like I said with Justin Verlander, he can't stay healthy. And we've seen that scenario over years with teams bring in Scherzer or Verlander, and they hope they can stay healthy. They do good in the first inning, and then they hit that wall, and then it's just backfire for that team, and it puts them in a bad pitching situation. Jose Quintana could possibly be a guy that the Baltimore's could bring on a 1-year deal around 17 to 20 million. Hopefully he could be that 4 or 5 guy, possibly be in that same kind of role as Dean Kramer, but he won't be that elite pitcher that you're looking for the next 4 to 5 years. Roki Sasaki is a different story. If the Baltimore Orioles could somehow land Roki Sasaki, then lose out on Corbin Burns, not trading for Blake Snell and Max Fried, that would be amazing. Roki Sasaki is a hard guy to reel in when you don't have the expectations that he wants. Now, it's not about the money with Roki, because the Baltimore's have so much free agent pool where they can give Roki more than any of the top contenders. But Roki is looking for a place that he can develop as a star ace. You would think from the Baltimore, we don't have an ace Roki, but Roki is looking for a pitching development like the Seattle Mariners, Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Boston Red Sox, and other teams. He's probably the best Japanese pitcher to ever be posted. And it's been a lot of Japanese pitchers over the years to be posted that have been amazing in the MLB. But Roki has the best stuff out of all of them. And if Roki was in the MLB right now, he would already be a top 5 pitcher. I just think the Baltimore Orioles didn't do right by extending Corbin Burns. Now you have to look to the free agent pitcher market. And there are a lot of guys, but they're all up in age. And the only young guy right now is Jack Flaherty. And I guess you could say Nick Pivetta, but Pivetta is not a 1, 2, or 3. And that's what the Baltimore's are looking for. They don't need the 4 or the 5. Dean Kramer, Ray Pavich, Albert Suarez. And at 3, you have Sagano. And at 2, you have Grayson Rodriguez, Zach Eflin. Their main problem is they don't have that ace. So is Grayson Rodriguez going to be opening day starter? I believe so. A lot of people would say Zach Eflin's in that role, but I believe Zach Eflin is a better 2. It's time for Grayson Rodriguez to take that next big step. But if Mike Elias wants to bring in another pitcher, I will pivot away from Jack Flaherty, go out, trade for Dylan Cease, because that's the perfect situation. That's all we have for today, folks. Make sure you turn on post notifications, hit the subscribe button, and come join Orioles Digest.